What is going on, guys? DBG here. In this video, I'm just going to be going over what I believe is the best budget squad in NBA 2K19 MyTEAM. And this isn't necessarily a squad that will go out and blow out other budget squads, although it will do that to an extent. This is what I think you guys need if you guys want to compete with God squads. These are all budget players that can all hold their own against God squads. It's got a combination of height, it's got speed, it's got every player can shoot the ball, which is really what you need if you do want to not spend money on this game and compete. Because if you go out, for example, with, I don't know, I'm just trying to think of a player here. So if you're looking to use a budget squad and you're looking to dominate against another budget squad, using someone like Nicolas Batum may not be the worst idea in the world. But yet, if you do come up against a God squad, his jumper is that little bit long, so he gets baited. He's also one of the worst defensive cards in the game, and he's slow. So you can't really use him too much. There's not other or many others that I can think of. And if you want to dominate against budget squads, you could get away with using cards like, I don't know, like World Be Free, who can dominate. They're cards you can get away with against weaker competition. However, if you're playing against the elite players in the game, you can't. Just like Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, if you're playing as a budget squad, his 99 speed can be too much for them with 95 dunk, and he can dominate. However, at the same time, if you're coming up against a really good squad, they're just going to back off him. Won't be able to do anything. But yeah, so this is going to be the squad that I think matches up best with God squads, and a squad that I think, honestly, if you guys use, you can compete with anybody. The point guard position is a 2 guard, and it's a guy, there's two choices here. That's the same player. It's Larry Hughes, whichever one of them's cheaper. I think the Ruby may actually be cheaper. I picked up the Ruby for like 3,500. The Ruby may actually be cheaper than the Sapphire, but whichever one, they're the same. The Ruby may be better stats-wise, but they feel the exact same. I don't care what the stats say, they literally feel the same. So, 5 gold badges compared to 3. However, the Ruby one has got goal difficult shots, which, to be honest, with his release, is actually a very, very helpful thing to have. And also his relentless finisher, which is quite good. 6'5", 2 guards. They can both easily play at the 1. Their secondary position is point guard. Same, everything going to basket. 90 driving allowed, 75 post fadeaways decent. 92 shot mid and 93 shot 3, or sorry, 91 shot 3 are great. So if he's open, he's going to hit shots. And his release, it's a little bit long, but if he's open, it's really easy to time. He's got an 85 free throw, which is good. 65 driving dunk, not the best, not the worst. Got great ball control of 90, including some really, really glitchy dribble moves. And I think I've talked enough about him, to be honest, because I've used to use a Sapphire in every budget squad. +5 steal. Defense is almost the same, except the +5 lateral quickness, +5 on ball defense, even though like it does feel the same. It genuinely feels the exact same. So whichever one of these is cheaper, I guess. That's basically all I'm going to say. Even though obviously, maybe if they're the exact same price, go for the Ruby. But if there's anything more than 1,000 in the difference, just get the Sapphire. At the 2, we are going to be using a small forward. And I picked up this guy for 1,000 MT last week. And whenever there's a moments packs, the super packs that gives all the moments cards, this guy's going to go really cheap again. It's Josh Richardson. This card is insane. Like, absolutely insane. 5 gold badges, including deep range eye, catch and shoot, defensive stopper. He's the perfect, like, glue guy that you can run against any of these really great squads. He's 6'6". He can easily play to 2 or 3. Got a good shot mid, an unreal shot 3 of 95 with an absolutely cash release. He's got 90 free throw as well, a great driving dunk. He can speed boost. He's also got 92 shot contest, which is big. And good speed ball acceleration, 92 lateral quickness, and 85 on ball defensive IQ. This guy can hold his own at any level, no matter what. Like, even if you are playing as the best pink diamonds, he's got really good defensive stats. He can shoot the ball when he's open, and he can hold his own. While he's not going to dominate, he's a guy who can just hold his own. At the 3 is a guy that we used in a gameplay a couple of days ago, and it's Nicolas Batum. I picked him for 3K, but apparently he went up a little bit. But again, this guy is very, very similar reasons to why Josh Richardson's in the team. He's not a guy that's ever going to dominate, even if you're playing against silvers, but he is a guy that can just be a solid player. A great defensive player. He can also shoot the mid-range, shoot the 3. He can speed boost, he can dunk. He can do everything well on the floor. Not the fastest, that's his one problem. But again, he's a good defender. He's long in game with a long wingspan. And just a beast of a card. At the 4 and 5, this combination may be one of the best. It's an incredible defensive 4-5 combination. And it's E and Joe Chi. These guys are still both really cheap. I'm shocked he's still 5k MT. I thought he'd at least be 15, 20k now. But he is just unreal. He's got 10 gold badges, including a lot of shooting badges. He's got a good post-looking fadeaway, even though the fadeaway animation is long, so he's never going to get them off. He's an unreal shot mid and 3 with a money release. He hits everything when he's open. He's got 78 ball control. So genuinely, if there was a coach to give +4 ball control to power forwards, this guy would be a 7-foot speed boosting power forward with good speed, decent enough speed with ball, and a 94 block. Yes, 94 block. He's got great lateral quickness of 80 for a power forward. He's one of the most underrated cards in the game. And if you have a budget squad and you don't have E, you're doing something wrong. And the 5 is Joe Chi. He is super quick and he can shoot the ball. Great shot mid, great shot 3 with a money release. He's got a good standing and driving dunk. 7 foot tall, 7'1", so he's big. He's a 90 block, which is really good. Decent rebounding stats, and he's got 79 speed and 77 acceleration, which is great for a center. 72 lateral quickness is not bad either, and he's a great low post defender. 2 of these guys together are a really, really nice combination. As well as these, like, all 5 of these guys can play defense, all 5 of them can shoot, and all 5 of them can take it to the basket if they need to, which is pretty much what you need if you want. You can't have any liabilities if you want any chance against a god squad using a budget squad, and none of these guys have any weaknesses. While obviously they don't have some of the best strengths in the game, none of them have any weaknesses. And it's pretty much the same with the bench. So the point guard position, I actually changed the lineup a little bit, but Moutier is a beast. Like, Moutier, super fast, 6'5", so he's tall. He's got a decent shot mid, decent shot 3, but a really nice release. If he's left open, he'll hit 3s. Got a great driving dunk at 95. He can speed boost. He's also got 96 speed ball and acceleration, and 90 lateral quickness, so he can actually keep up with pretty much every team's opposing point guards. The 2 we're going to be using maybe the biggest liability in this squad. And to be honest, he can just hold his own. This is a guy who's just going to hit shots if he's left open. I'd much rather use someone like a Bingo Smith, use someone like Reggie Lewis, or even Eddie Jones in this position here. But it's just those 2, Lewis and Smith, are a little bit expensive, and Eddie Jones is a token card. So I'm going to put Klay Thompson in. Klay is going to hit shots. His 3-ball feels like a lot higher than 88. He's got a okay defensive stats. He's quite slow, but he's got good lateral quickness, decent on-ball defensive IQ. And he is 6'7", so he's big for a 2-guard. And again, a guy who can just hold his own. But is it just me, or with current players, do they all feel better? Like, Porzingis feels like he has at least like a 95 shot 3. Same with Karl-Anthony Towns. Klay Thompson feels really high. Is it just me, or do current cards all seem to overperform compared to what their stats actually are? Maybe, I assume it's just a placebo effect and it's just me. But it just seems like current cards always destroy me for some reason. It's like current Giannis seems to do better than pink diamond Giannis when I play against him. And the 3 is the most expensive player in the squad, but it's just someone off the bench who can play defense and will be able to slash and hit jumpers, and it's Brent Barry. He's actually gone down to about 5k MT. He was actually up at 10, 15k MT at one stage, but he's now starting to drop, thankfully, on PS4 anyway. He comes with 5 gold badges, corner specialist, post guards, deep range, limitless range, catch and shoot. He's got a great driving, or decent driving layup, great shot mid, unbelievable shot 3 of 96. If he's open, he'll hit most of them. Driving a 90 is great, as well as a good tendency of 95, I think. Yeah. He has got 86 ball control, so he can speed boost. He's got okay but not great shot contest. Decent speed ball acceleration, decent lateral quickness, and decent on-ball defensive IQ. So he's a solid enough defender, can hit shots. He's basically Klay Thompson, but he can dunk. At the 4 is the 1 defensive liability in the squad. The only reason that he's in the squad because he's such a defensive liability is because he's one of the best offensive cards in the game, period. If we get like an Amethyst or a Diamond Michael Beasley, it's game over. Because this guy has got one of the cheesiest catch and shoot releases in the game. It is so hard to miss time. He's averaging 13.4 points per game for me. 13.4. He is killing it. He has got 95 driving layup, good post fadeaway, great shot mid, great shot 3. If he's open, he's going to hit pretty much every time. He's going to green most of the time. He's got 72 blocks, which is not great. Defensively, he's not good at all. Rebounding is actually alright, so he does get boards. But the thing is, he is really, really fast and good speed with ball for a power forward. But he's just a terrible defensive card. For what he loses on defense, he makes up for on offense. And if you are stuck, there's someone, one of the last 3 off the bench, that will definitely help him out. Then at the center position, I'm going to go for Karl-Anthony Towns. This guy can still play. He can still hold his own. He's got a good post hook and fadeaway. He can shoot the mid, he can shoot the 3, he can block shots a little bit, he can get boards, and he's moderately fast for a big man and 7 foot tall. He can definitely hold his own. And last up off the bench, we are going to put in Kristaps Porzingis. And the reason why I have Porzingis in, because I was just going to use 10 players. I was just going to not really bother and just use 10. The reason why Porzingis is in is just in case we're getting killed defensively with Beasley, or also if Moutier was struggling. I used to go to this cheese lineup and it worked really well, with Beasley at the point, Porzingis at the 4 and Cat at the 5, and Michael Beasley just dominating as the opposing team's point guard. Anyway, yeah, that is the team. Now let's go on to the highlights. So anyway, yeah, this is the team. This is honestly a team that I think can compete with any God Squad for basically the reasons I explained. Obviously, there are better budget cards. There are budget cards that you guys can use and they can go out and dominate against other budget cards. However, if you guys want to beat a God Squad with a budget squad, you got to play a tactic where you slow the game down, you take better shots than your opponents, and you force them into bad shots. And to do that, you do need guys that don't really have any weaknesses. You have a much better chance against a budget squad with a squad like this than you do with a couple of guys that can't shoot and a couple of guys that can't play defense but can dominate on offense. There is a reason why I put this squad together like this, and yeah, I just think that while obviously having a God squad is an advantage, I'm not going to say it's a disadvantage to have the best squad in the game. However, with me going out using squads like this, I don't feel that no matter who I play against, I've lost. It's not like a lot of people when they say they see a pink diamond squad and they think they've lost as soon as the game starts. I think with a squad like this, while definitely you're at a disadvantage, if you're a better player than your opponent, you should win the majority of your games. Not every game, but you should win the majority of them if you're the better player, that is. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.